The field is officially set for the Women's Elimination Chamber, and we're on the road to WrestleMania to see who is going to challenge Rhea Ripley. And today I'm going to rank those 6 superstars' chances of winning the Elimination Chamber. Coming in at number 6, Naomi. Naomi, I think, is the one that attacked Jade. I think that we are still waiting to see the reveal of that. I think Jade versus Naomi could be happening at WrestleMania. I think Naomi and Bianca are going to drop the tag team championships to Liv and Raquel. And I think Naomi versus Jade is your WrestleMania match once it is revealed that she was the one that attacked Jade. I know we have misdirections in there. I know Liv and Raquel were framed, but we didn't see the attack. We just seen them in the parking lot. Nick Aldis said, it was sent to us anonymously. That was said for a reason. It was filmed on a cell phone for a reason. It wasn't the security from the arena. It's because the mystery is still there. We are still waiting to see the actual attack, and I think it's Naomi. I think Naomi versus Jade has to happen at WrestleMania once it's revealed, and that could happen as early as the Chamber, the week after the Chamber, but I think that's coming, and I don't think Naomi has any chance of winning this Elimination Chamber. Coming in at number 5, Roxanne Perez. She's still trying to find her footing on the main roster. Give her time. She's going to be a future world champion one day. Just not yet. I don't see her versus Rhea at WrestleMania this year. That's okay. There's mid-card titles. There's other matches. She already has been feuding with Bayley. That's probably the WrestleMania match. I just don't see Roxanne pulling this off. I don't see her versus Rhea yet. That's a match I can't wait to see down the road, but just not this year. Not at this year's WrestleMania. But for now, I'm going to keep her at number 5. At 4, Bayley. I have Bayley at 4 simply because I think it's her and Roxanne at WrestleMania, like I just said. Bayley versus Rhea, perfect. That'd be a great match for WrestleMania. It's just the story's not there this year. That's something that could happen maybe next year, SummerSlam, something like that. It's just not happening this year. Bayley, ever since she lost the title, she's kind of been floating around. There's not been a lot happening for her, and I think the feud with Roxanne is something she can sink her teeth into and kind of get going. But right now, she's just not in a spot to be challenging for a world title at WrestleMania. That's no disrespect to Bayley. It's just her character just isn't in that spot right now. I would love to see Bayley versus Rhea. It's just not yet. Just not this year. Coming in at number 3, Liv. There's always a chance we go back to Liv versus Rhea. This time with Liv chasing, right? We had the feud for a while with Rhea chasing. There's always a chance they want to end this story at WrestleMania. Right? WrestleMania is the ending. That's typically the culmination of a feud. So there's always a chance they go back to it. But I don't see it happening. Like I said, I think Liv and Raquel are going to win the tag team titles. I think that's going to be what their match is at WrestleMania, probably defending the tag titles against somebody. I just don't see it happening. I think we have moved on from Rhea Liv, but they could always go back to the well. That option is always there for them. I just don't think it's yet. And I don't think it's this year. I think Liv has proved she's a true main eventer, but let's let her feud with somebody else. Let's go a different direction. Rhea's world title reign deserves it. Liv deserves it. I think they told the story. They've hit everything they can on that story. Let's just move on. But again, I have her at 3 for a reason. There's always a chance they go back. Coming in at number 2, I have Alexa Bliss. The reason Alexa's at 2, Rhea versus Alexa is a match I think we'd all like to see. I think those two characters could mesh very well telling a story together. But the thing is Alexa's on SmackDown. She just made her return. And they placed her on SmackDown, I believe, for a reason. Because I think that's where she's going to stay. Her latest segment on SmackDown, we've seen a Wyatt 6 teaser. I think that's where she's going to end up. Playing in with those guys some way. Maybe she faces Nikki Cross at WrestleMania. Maybe they excel that story quick. Or maybe she joins them. But I just don't see her challenging Rhea. I think she's going to stay put on SmackDown. I think that's a match that could make a lot of sense. Rhea versus Alexa. I think we would enjoy that quite a bit. It's just not yet. Just not right now. Not right now. And then at number 1, I have Bianca. I think Bianca is going to win this. And I actually think this is a mistake. The reason I think it's a mistake is I think Bianca versus Rhea, when that match happens at WrestleMania, should 100% be in the main event slot. And I just don't think the main event slots are open for them this year. I think night 2 is going to be Cody. And then night 1 is up in the air to some degree, but I kind of think it's going to be Roman's match, whoever he faces. Roman Reigns not main event in WrestleMania just seems a little weird at this point. I just think they're not going to pass up on having Roman main event. And now I think Rhea versus Bianca, that is a true WrestleMania main event. I think that's a match that could go on last, should go on last, and I think they should save that feud until it can go on last. And I'm really not a fan of Bianca versus Rhea being done because Bianca wins the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, she'll win the Elimination Chamber and you can tell the story from then until WrestleMania, but I think a match of that magnitude deserves a true story. A story that has been building for months and months and months, not, hey, Rhea needs a challenger, so who can we have win? Who makes sense? I don't like that for this match. This is a match that should be built over months and months and have a top-tier story. But with that being said, I just think with the field this year, Bianca's going to win. As I had mentioned, I think they're dropping the titles next week. So I think she's going to be opened up. If her and Naomi retain the titles, maybe my opinion would change. Right? Because then I would be expecting Bianca and Naomi to defend the tag titles at WrestleMania some way. But right now, where everything stands, I think she's dropping the tag titles. I think she's facing Rhea Ripley. And I think this is going to be interesting to see how Jade plays into this. Because as I mentioned, I do think Naomi's the one that attacked Jade. But here's the problem. How's Bianca going to be challenging for the world title while that story's going on? Right? Because she's intertwined with that story. She was teaming with Jade. Jade gets attacked. She just lets Naomi step up. No big deal. Just moves on from Jade. So I think Jade's going to have unfinished business with Bianca, and maybe that comes after WrestleMania, right? Maybe Bianca wins the World Championship from Rhea. After Jade handles business with Naomi, then maybe she targets Bianca for just moving on and leaving her behind. And then we get that feud that we've been waiting for with Bianca and Jade for the Women's World Championship. Certainly a possibility. Probably the most likely scenario, right? Bianca has the undefeated streak at WrestleMania. I don't think that's going to end now. I don't think it'll obviously get to the Undertaker's level, but I do think it will get to something where they're going to try to build out of it. It will become a story. It's not ending now. I think it'll come later on. I think they want to extend this thing. They want to extend it to see how far they can get it. Within reason. Like I said, she's definitely not going to go 21-0. Nobody will ever touch that feat. But I do think we could see Bianca get to 8-0, 9-0, maybe 10-0 before we see the streak be broken. I do think they're going to touch on that. They've already made mention of it on television, and I think they did that for a reason, and I think it's going to continue. I think Bianca versus Rhea Ripley deserves the night one main event if that's the direction they go. I hope they don't mess this up, and I hope they can tell this story quick. They're going to have a month and a half, so they can still make it feel big. I just think a story between these two deserves 3, 4, 5 months. But beggars can't be choosers. We're getting what we're getting. We're getting the match. I'm not complaining about the match. I just wish there was more time to build it. With that being said, I think Bianca versus Rhea could be a night 2 main event. I think this could truly be a true WrestleMania main event, not just night 1. I think that match is something we've all been waiting to see. Guys, thanks for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe.